They're going live on Facebook as well as live on the radio at the same time.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Lady Charmaine live show, and thank you guys for tuning in. Right now I got some special guests on the line, so you don't want to miss it. So right now we are streaming live on Facebook, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to share, tag all your friends, because this is an interview that you don't want to miss. So if you want to know where my guests have been for the past 30 years, well, they've been around, but guess what? Many of your children was actually made from their music. So my guests today have been in the game for almost 30 years. They were first discovered by Keith Sweat, and they rose up the Billboard charts with their baby making music like Freak Me Baby, Happy Days, and Girl You For Me. And today they are here today to talk about their TV One Unsung episode, The Story of Silk. Help me welcome to the Lady Charmaine live show, Silk. Hey guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now what I want you guys to do, I want you to let everybody know, who do we have on the line with us right now?
All right, you got Gary Little G, and you got Jimmy Timzo.
Okay, now I know we got one more person. Where's John? John back there somewhere?
I'm right here.
Hey.
On the road call. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, you got Big G as well.
Thank you guys so much for coming on the Lady Charmaine live show. And now you guys are on the show because we're going to be talking about your TV One Unsung episode. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now
35 years in the game.
At 30, I guess I reduced y'all by 5 years. 35 years in the game. We're definitely going to be talking about that. When you guys first received the call from TV One saying we want to do a story on you, what was your original reaction?
It's 25, darling.
You say 25? Okay. Okay, I'm going to give you 25.
It's too egregious.
So I want you guys to tell me about your reaction when you first got the call when they said that they want to do a story on you on TV One for Unsung.
All right, go ahead, Big G.
I think initially we were hesitant. We've done a pretty good job over the years of kind of protecting the shield and, just protecting each other and just kind of, trying to keep our names out of any mess, if you want to call it that. But I think over time, we began to respect the fact that people just wanted to know because they appreciated our journey and they wanted to know more about the details. And I also think that we learned to appreciate the value of letting the public know that we're still doing things currently. So I think the combination of the two allowed us to go ahead and green light Unsung doing the story.
So now that you guys got comfortable with telling your story, now I want to get into some good stuff because many people do not know that you all were actually gospel singers. You grew up singing in the church. You were singing the songs of Zion, and then you guys went from singing Precious Lord to Freak Me Baby. So I want to know, what was the church members saying, especially your pastor, when they heard your new music? Go ahead, Lil G. Tell me.
Well, fortunately, and to our surprise, when we went from the choir singing freak on stage, we didn't get any backlash. We didn't get any backlash actually, which I thought that we were going to get. But it was received very well. As a matter of fact, Big G has a story that he could tell that everybody in the church, they had set up this thing and they set up a screen and everything, and they were going to watch the new video and everything, and it was Freak Me.
Oh my God! So they did a watch night at the church for Freak Me Baby. How did that go over?
but everybody seemed to be really, really proud of us, for reaching, a plateau like we did, with that song, with that album, period, because it ended up going almost triple platinum. It went triple platinum actually, but and then it was on and popping. All of our people, all of our family members and church members and friends and everything. Everybody just patted us on their back and they, just kept pushing us along.
Now, I wanted to know from you guys that grew up singing in the church, did you have any convictions when the lyrics was first presented to you and knowing the lyrics that you sung in church? Did you have any convictions at first, especially with the lyrics and how it started, freak me, baby, let me lick you up and down? How did you feel in your spirit, or were you just cool with it?
Well,
John.
Well, I think, I think a lot of people kind of get it mixed up. We were never really, we sung really all kinds of music. I think, we always loved all different kinds of music, church music and secular music. And I think, for us, a lot of people kind of, said, okay, well, you guys were a church group, and that wasn't really all the way the case. We just sung church music, and so, but at the end of the day, I just think for us, it still was a little risque, to say the least. But,
absolutely,
we've always been willing to kind of push the envelope, but we still were a little bit leery about that particular, song. But it was one of those things to where it worked, and we're happy and grateful that it did, and we just kind of been sharing that torch, ever since.
Now, your first album, you had 4 huge hits, and off of that album, we know a bunch of Lil G's and Lil John Johns and Lil Tim Zo's, and Big G's was all conceived off of that song, and especially after Valentine's Day, I'm sure that song was pretty popular this past Wednesday. You had so many hits off of this particular album, but you wanted to also add some creativity to your second album, and we always know money can also get in the way, because when you really don't produce a lot of the songs on the album, you don't see as much money as when you're touring. So you decided that you wanted to produce your second album, and you guys kind of broke away from Keith Sweat. Knowing what you know now, would you have done things differently? Timzo.
It wasn't a thing of as to where we actually, decided that we wanted to produce that second album, because we were still under the confines of Elektra Records. Miss Sylvia Rowan was the president of Elektra Records at that time. So it still wasn't really all in our hands. There were other producers and stuff that were put with us in order to do that second album and everything, and we collaborated. Some of us collaborated even on the first album that a lot of people don't really know. We produced and co-wrote on those songs on the first album. And even on the second album, well, every album, actually, so it hasn't really been a battle, like that as to where it just slowly breaks, like,
You were kind of breaking up a little. You're kind of breaking up a little bit, and we're trying to hear you. But my next question for the group is, okay, Lil G, you went on and you went solo. Silk, they stayed, as a group. And during this particular time, you guys had albums that didn't fare so well. So during that particular time in that break, when both of your albums didn't fare so well, what was the cause of Silk coming back together?
I think
wait a minute. Okay, your phone's breaking up. I'm trying to hear your phone's breaking up. Who am I speaking with? Can you hear me?
I think I can. Yeah.
There you go. I can hear you.
So it's a little.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they're driving. We're actually on our way to a show, and they're kind of going through probably a rough patch.
Okay. So can you pick up?
Now.
Yeah. Can you pick up right there?
Yeah. If you could, because I'm kind of driving also.
Oh, you're driving too.
Question, and I'll go ahead and say. Yeah, it's kind of crazy right there. We're driving, trying to do the interview, so we apologize for that. But I'm sorry. The question was again. I'll just pick it up. We can hear each other pretty good.
Because Lil G went on and he, had a solo album, and then also Silk. They stayed as a group. What was that glue that really brought you guys back together again?
Well, you know what? We really never ever broke up. That's something that we kind of wanted to let people know. I think that, we all individually had different aspirations of doing things or whatever the case may be. And I think that you went on, like I said, to do plays and that thing. So we always was, together as a group. And, we always did shows and that, and all of that. So, we always were still together. We just had, different aspirations individually of kind of going out doing some different things outside of the group. But we always knew that we would kind of come back and do another album and all of that good stuff. So, I mean, it worked out. And so we try to make sure that we, support, each and everybody's individual aspirations. And, there's something that we kind of want to get out there also and let people know that we always do shows together. So we never stopped, doing shows and breaking up. So we're always together. We just kind of stepped out, a few of us, to do some other things. And so luckily enough for Lil G, the things that he stepped out and did were really, really great things with the acting and whatnot. And so we're actually very, very proud of him with that. And so now we're just back again as a group, and about to get this new project out, and hopefully everybody will love it, and it's happening at the right time. And so it's just a blessing. It's a blessing.
So tell us about the new project.
The new project is called Quiet Storm. We actually released it last year, and we have new management now. Our manager is Brooke Payne, and his foundation is New Edition, and he has some other acts he's managing. He revisited our album, and he heard a particular song that he likes, that we are positioning to be our single. The song is called Billionaire. The album is called Quiet Storm, and we feel like there's good life left in the project. It spoke volumes when Brooke came on as our manager, and a lot of times when you are part of a business or organization, when you bring in new management, they clean house, and they from a record industry standpoint, they move on to the next project. But for him to hear something that he feels like can work for us now and is ready to stand behind, speaks volumes to his vision, and it says a lot about the quality of the album Quiet Storm.
And to speak,
the album's called Quiet Storm, the single's Billionaire.
And I was going to say, and to speak to Brooke Payne's credit, a lot of people may not have known who he was until the New Edition story came out. And, Brooke Payne was also responsible for New Edition, teaching them their steps. And he's also the uncle to Ronnie DeVoe. So we all know that Brooke Payne knows his business and know how to handle business very well. So kudos to Mr. Brooke Payne. Also, what else can we expect from the group coming up? So are you guys going to be coming to Northern California soon?
We're doing a world tour, and hopefully you'll see us on the West Coast sooner than later. We have a lot of East Coast dates right now. We're actually in Florida tonight. Okay. And we'll be in Alabama tomorrow. Next week we'll be in D.C. and New York. And, the big show that we have coming up, our 25th anniversary show, is actually in Atlanta on March 28th at the Cobb Energy Center. The list of acts includes 112, Drew Hill, Raheem Devine, Casey of Jodeci and Casey and JoJo, and there'll be some other surprise guests that come along as well. Billy Black is going to be a part of that show. So we're experiencing outpouring of love from fans and industry people alike who they're congratulating us. They're treating it like a birthday almost. So they're telling us happy 25th anniversary. And I think we were reluctant at one point, but now we just embrace the moment. And it's a moment that whether it's a marriage or a friendship, or for us, it happens to be our career. Anytime you can do something for 25 years, it deserves to be celebrated.
Absolutely.
We're just very grateful to be in this opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, fellas, I want to thank you guys so much for coming on the show. And I want to remind the audience to be sure to tune in Sunday night, February the 18th, for the story of Silk. Their unsung story is going to be premiering at 9 p.m. right there on TV One. You don't want to miss it. So if you want to know what they've been up to, want to know what happened to the group, make sure you tune into TV One, 9 p.m. Sunday, February the 18th, for the story of Silk. Thank you guys for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
You are so welcome. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Lady Charmaine live show. And I see you guys next time. Bye-bye.